Hello, guys. End of another trading week. I did actually record a video on US Independence Day, the 4th of July, but I actually decided to re-record it because there's been quite some interesting developments. And today's video is actually a little bit about the week in the markets, that the trend trading strategy is going fantastically, really, really good. I did not expect this. I really didn't. I don't exaggerate, guys. This is really good. The second thing I just wanted to talk about was a bit of admin. At the moment, obviously, apart from my channel on X, I am also using Telegram. I will be transitioning to Discord, and there's a good reason for that, which I'll be explaining in a few moments as well. So the final point also was just in terms of the signals group and some changes there. So, starting with this week, so obviously, everybody when they look at a strategy, they like to do back testing, and I'm no different. But thereafter, forward testing is actually far more valuable because the key difference, in my view, is execution. I mean, it's pretty obvious when you say that, but if you're looking at signals, the question is, did you take them all? Did you have any difficulties? Did you miss the trade because of spreads, etc.? So what I decided to do, and I created this, as you can see, a few weeks back. So this is 4 weeks of data we're going to look at today, are my forward test results from taking trades on the trend trading strategy. Now, you'll also notice in X or Twitter that I don't post my trades there anymore. There's two reasons for this. The most important one is, to be honest, I'd rather have commentary and discussion eventually in the Discord group as opposed to on X about my trades. The reason being is that I just get people who are just trying to work out my strategy as without actually paying any money, and it's not that expensive. So it was just a waste of mine and their time, actually. So I'm just going to move that all over to Discord. I prefer to use X in terms of advising, in terms of how I got where I am. Some of the experiences that I've had with trading, so it's been quite a long time, over 20 years. And also, to encourage people. I think that that's one of the great things about X. There are a lot of people, obviously, who go on there just to troll. I've had a few of those as well, but hey, that comes with the territory. So let's get on with looking at the results over the last 4 weeks. So beginning with that week of the 10th of June. So color coordinated, just to indicate separation of days. If just go down a bit, I just want to explain a little bit about how this works. So the first thing to note is that we have a little summary on each tab indicating the number of pips generated. Remember that for each trade here, as in this example, we are risking 0.5%, and that's over 10 pips. So obviously, if we make a win, we're making 5 pips. We're making 0.25%. So in total, there was a net sum of 32 pips gained. That works out to be about 1.6%. Before profit splits, if you were looking at $100,000 account, you'd be looking at about 1,600. Now, I know you're going to have profit splits. So as the name suggests, you're not going to get the full 1,600. You're going to get basically usually about 80% of that, which by my numbers comes out to 1,280. Still 1.28, nearly 1.3% net in your pocket. Very, very good result. And that is post acquiring a $100,000 account. In future videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that and some of my experiences, the easiest ways to obtain that. As most people know, prop world has been, I think it's fair to say, pretty turbulent. And I can't even remember when it started. It's been so long, but potentially since really the beginning of this year, I think we've seen a lot of changes. And I'm not going to go into those again on this video. But so that particular week was gross of 1.61%. Next week, beginning 17th of June, that was a bumper one, 1.9%. Now, just want to put into context, what do I consider to be a good result for a month? I think some of you guys are aware. I think 2% in a month is fantastic. 2%. I'm talking about getting nearly 2% in 1 week on one of those results. As I say, really, really fantastic. This week of beginning the 24th of June. Remember, I don't really trade Fridays, so you're not always going to see 5 days a week here. And of course, this week, as we'll talk about, I had a public holiday in the United States, so I didn't trade then either. But it's quite interesting just to look at, because I'm always of the opinion, always have been of the opinion that, you're not paid to watch the charts, you're paid to wait until the opportunity comes. So there is a difference. If you get your 2 wins in a row, move on, I say. I mean, this is an interesting example here. So, I mean, basically for transparency, I'm saying take all the trades. Okay, so there was still a positive sum, 2.8%. Get out after the first 2 trades, you're up 10. I mean, you would have been done, I can't remember when this trade ended, but probably about an hour later is usually the maximum, like 1:45 p.m. New York time. You'd have gone. And, this week was a great example of, wasn't deliberate, but, 2 quick trades, basically you're out 10 pips. So you've made 0.5% in 1 day. Doesn't sound exciting, but when you start putting it against some of these numbers on $100,000 account and more, because you can get more of them. Okay, you don't have to work more hours. And the most recent week, which was beginning the 1st of July, this was actually quite interesting because this week and the prior one, actually the last 2, I've been trading with my kids, teaching them how to trade. And this first one, let's see, look, the first day, sorry, it's all in yellow. The first day, it was a loss, right? Minus 5.7. The next day, remember we had Independence Day, so it wasn't a full week, 2.6. But then here we go, day before Independence Day, there was a 10. On the Friday, yesterday, was another 10. So as I said, I don't trade those days on those Fridays, and I personally will probably get out after I've had a net 2 wins for the day. That's not based on any heavy statistics. It's based on the fact that for me, it's enough. That's it. So I'm going to keep producing these. You can get this result too. There are 2 ways you can do this. Okay. Method 1 is my preference for you. Okay. And method 2 is probably your preference. Okay. Method 1, do my course, learn how to trade using this. Most of you will have probably seen at least part of the course to do that. The second group are basically those people who, they can understand how the trades work, but they just don't, they have a day job, or they just don't have time to sit in front of the screen. They can probably fire off a trade from their cell phone, but they can't sit there and watch it. And that's what the Signals group is for. Now, guys, I do want to say that I was really conflicted about the idea of making a Signals group. I remember back in the day, I'm talking about, in ancient history, when I started trading, there were Signals groups then as well. They were absolutely disastrous. But worse was the fact that you weren't actually getting a trading education. That was why I started out doing this. But I recognize reality. And I do agree with those people who don't quit the day job. Don't do what I did 3 times. Okay. You need to have a consistent source of income before you do trading. Not the message most people want to hear. Definitely wasn't the message I wanted to hear, but you do need it, because trading scared, trading when you need that money to put food on the table, pay the bills, is not going to be fun. It's probably going to be a disaster, in fact. So let's get on to a couple of the other admin points. So I mentioned also about Discord. So very briefly, the reason for that. So those of you who are in the Signals group will know that when they come in, there's a screenshot and there's an indication, is it a buy or a sell? If you couldn't get in at that specific price for whatever reason, maybe time delay, you getting the signal, or more likely being able to execute on the signal, you can get in at a better price. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go into all the rules in the Signal group here, but point being is you have that flexibility. Sometimes the price goes straight to the target, and there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, there've been occasions where it's happened to me. It's quite rare. Price does not move in a straight line. There's usually pullbacks. But I have been working with a Romanian programmer to build a script which will make it easier for me to generate those signals So it's no manual involvement. But more importantly, although I wanted to do this to the existing Telegram group, I'm being told in no uncertain terms that it's very complicated. And while I do like IT, I do not profess to be the best person at it. And his very strong advice for me was to send it to a Discord group. So what does that mean? Well, timings wise, I would say that by the end of this month, July 2024, we should be fully transitioned over to the Discord group. Discord, I've been using it a lot with other prop firms that I'm working with at the moment, and it's easy, absolutely easy to use. But as I say, I wanted to give you that heads up. There will be a period of transition where I'll probably be posting to both, but my expectation is come 1st of August, everything will be to the Discord group. Okay, guys, hope this has found you well and you're enjoying your weekend. I'm going to go and watch England. So probably going to find that, yeah, I'm going to be pretty stressed out, probably more stressed than watching my trades, actually, I would say. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys, enjoy your weekend. Take care.